Good morning. I'm Sparker in VR. People that know me, my name is Bill. I stream both X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Simulator and virtual reality. Right now I'm using a Vive Pro 2, and I am using X-Plane 12.06 Beta 4, and I'm using the default scenery that, so in other words, if you bought X-Plane 12 and you're running the Beta 4, the scenery that I will be showing today is what you would also see. So the only exception to that is this airport. I have custom work on this airport, and it resides up on the scenery gateway, but it didn't make it for Beta 4 yet. So one of the next upcoming betas, this updated airport will be part of the default scenery. The airport on that is KERI, so it's Erie International Airport in Erie, Pennsylvania, on Lake Erie. So I had a request that somebody wanted to see a thunderstorm. So before I go too far, right now I'm on real weather, and so right now I'm going to, before I even start the plane, I'm going to go to the weather area, and we're going to have a thunderstorm. So I'll do that for a little bit, just so that when you look at the VOD at a later date, you'll be able to see it. So without further ado, let's go make the weather really nasty. Whoops. So we're gonna customize the weather. Whoops, let me go back. So if I take this slider, we go back here. If our convective, large cell thunderstorms. This should be entertaining in VR. So we'll see how this turns out. Apply changes. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, she's bad. Oh yeah. So I can go outside the plane. So one thing you can see right now is, of course, you can hear the thunder. You can see all the water on the taxiways. You know, if you have a thunderstorm like this, they're gonna be pretty wet. So, and oh yeah, there we go, there we go. Yeah, so you can see, like, down below, you know, that's there's the thunderstorm isn't there, but up overhead here, yeah, it absolutely is. So you could just see the darkness, the difference in the clouds. That those are white, but we're getting pretty good lightning, and this is nothing that I would ever fly in. So, but I just wanted to take some time at the beginning of the stream to do that. Here comes the rain. I can hear it. So and you can actually see the rain. That's pretty cool. So you can actually see the rain coming down. So, you know. And if you're in a thunderstorm, pretty much what it's going to sound like. So not too bad. Not too bad. And it's gotten better over the version. So you know. So oh yeah, that's a big one. Yeah. So yeah. Like I said, there was no way that I'd want to fly in anything like this. So I have flown when we went out to Lost Nation. I have flown alongside a thunderstorm. Probably a thunderstorm was probably 10 miles inland from the lakeshore, and definitely you could actually see as the thunderstorm was building. You could watch the cloud just climbing. Yeah, oh, that was a big one. Pretty cool. So I'm pretty happy with how that looks. It's not nothing that I would be flying in, you know, know, but that's it's a fairly good representation of what a thunderstorm looks like. So that's pretty cool, and you can see it where when you get like a strike, you know, you'll light up. I mean, it's so bright that, I mean, you'll light up this area here. If it's, depending on where it is, if it's close enough, you know, you'll get the, you know, yeah, like that, you know, where you can actually see that. So. Cool. Not too bad. Yeah, so I wanted to do this right at the beginning of the stream before I get more serious, and I'm going to fly in real weather. And this isn't what we have right now at home, so not too bad. This is a pretty good representation of what I've seen in the past, so yeah, I'm pretty happy. Alrighty, so we'll jump back in the plane, and so you can actually hear, the plane, the ring on the plane. Not quite there. Just trying to get myself lined up. I'm failing pretty badly. Close enough. Alright. Whoops, I think I paused. So, download the real weather. Rescan. Alright, this is what we have for real weather. So, there should be some clouds in the sky. Not really showing any here, but there should be some. Part of what's going on right now would explain 12:06:4 is we got this air coming up. There's a grub, GRIB, air. So one of the files is not being found. Either it's got a bad path or something like that. So, but it doesn't seem to matter. It doesn't seem to dramatically matter what kind of weather we get shown in the sim for real weather. So I'll click on done, apply the changes. Okay, yep, I must have paused it. There we go. Whoops. Alright, we're good. Okie doke. So we're all done with the thunderstorm. So we'll go ahead and get the plane started up, and so we're gonna fly to let's see, KHZY, which is to the west of us, and then we're gonna fly to Youngstown, KYNG, and then back to Erie. So not sure how long it's gonna take. Probably an hour and a half, maybe 2, but I don't think it'll take that long. I think an hour and a half. But without further ado, let's get the plane started. So we'll throw it on the mixture, turn the beacon on, turn the power on. Plane's up. Taxi light. Avionic. Really? Yeah, it is. I set this before I started the engine, and when you do that, it when you start the engine and the vacuum comes to it, it may not stay where you had it set at. So, and that's what happened. So low vacuum. Yep. Yeah, low vacuum because I ain't running the engine where I should. The engine should be at 1,000 RPM. So now it is. The altimeter looks just about. Whoops. I didn't want to go that high. All right. That looks pretty good. So, what do we got here? So I got ground on COM 1, and I have the tower on COM 1 standby. So we got enough fuel. Just kind of waiting for the oil temperature to warm up just a little bit more, where it comes up in the green, and then we'll be able to actually move and fly. So let's see if pilot KHZY is working. Say weather.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf weather at Kilo Echo Romeo India is clear. Visibility is 10 miles, winds are 250 at 7 knots, cloud coverage is clear. Current altimeter is 2985. Temperature 242.19.
The active runway.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf arriving and departing runway 24.
Oh, cool. My preferred runway. Here in KERI we have on the main runway that's being used. There's two runways here. One's about 7,500 feet long, and the other one's about 3,200 feet long. And they always use they generally always use a longer runway. So one end of the runway is 06, the other end of the runway is 24. So say winds.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf KERI International bridge winds are 250 at 7 knots.
Okay, so the winds are from 250. So when you're setting on the runway 24, then the winds, I have to look at it a minute, 250. So the winds are going to be coming from just a little bit to the right of the nose of the airplane. So they're going to be just a little bit to the right. And but that's why they would use why that said 240 is because the winds are closest to the reason we use runway 24 is the winds are closest to 240. So that's basically how that works. All right, so I got taxi lights on, beacon lights on. I got avionics. Pilot KHZY is talking to me, and I think we're about ready to go. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready to taxi.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf taxi to runway 24 via taxiways Delta, Alpha, hold short runway 02, and runway 24. Taxi to runway 24 via taxiways Delta, Alpha, hold short runway 02, and runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Look it up. Temperature is well in the green. Got fuel. Pretty much everything I see here is a go. Temperature is 68 degrees, so everything good. So right now I have the parking brake on. If I push all the way forward, this instrument, this thing here, is my rudder pedal. So if I run my rudder pedals, I'm pushing the rudder pedal all the way, the left all the way in, so the right's coming all the way back. So now the right's all the way in, left's all the way back. And in the middle here, this is the brakes. So if I rotate, I'm on the rudder pedals, but I'm rotating them forward. So they'll pick up. So if I go all the way up, you can hear that click, parking brake release. So we're all good to go. I'll give it just a little bit more throttle, maybe 1200. That's all I'll need to get going here. And I could probably pull it back to about 1100. So it told us to taxi on Delta and Alpha. So want to make sure the fuel truck doesn't decide it wants to run into me. Not sure where he's going. Looks like he's going in the building. No, he's not. Okay. Because I thought I had fixed that route, that route for the truck. I thought I had fixed it, and if I'm using the updated scenery, it should be using the updated route. So someplace along here, it should there should be a sign over on the right-hand side or left-hand side, depending. It should say D, that signifies that I'm on Delta. And there it is. So I'm actually following the instructions. So that's D, so I'm on Delta right now. So we're going to come down here a little bit, and this is where the other runway is. The runway is 220. Full short guy, going back and forth this way. And you'll see the signs coming up that basically signify that. If the guy's looking out for me, he'll
Cessna
pass
6
me.
Bravo Golf cross runway 02.
So
Cross runway 02 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
allowed me to just continue. So we're still on Delta, and we have to go to Alpha. Alpha's right there. So just put just a little bit of left rudder input, and see that's Alpha A. I'm going to pull back the power just a little bit here. You really don't want it unless you've pulled your mixer back a little bit. You don't want to have the RPM like under 1,000, or you have a chance of fouling the spark plug. So I'm also running the default Cessna 172. I also have the Reality expansion pack for it, but I'm chose to make everything today with default, so that, like I said, if you buy X-Plane 12, everything you see and the plane that I'm using, you'll be able to use. So it's kind of, I intentionally did it today because I kind of wanted to show off how well the default scenery actually works. It looks pretty nice. So at least in my opinion. So, and I'm probably a bit biased, but been using X-Plane for a long time. So, and with 12, they have done a lot of improvements. So, especially in VR, this is a lot better. So, it's kind of the deal with X-Plane is the term is plausible. so not that the buildings are an exact match of what's there in real life.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact tower on 118.1. Have a nice flight. Tower on 118.1 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Do the buildings make sense where they are? That's more to the point. It's not that your house is there. That's not the point. It is where the buildings are. Do they make sense? And that's kind of the default scenery. That is that's the design. So, and the clouds are just looking spectacular. Alrighty, whoops, better stop. Alright, put parking brake on, taxi lights off. Now, strobe. Oop, don't need pedal heat, do need landing light on. Okay. So, we are, when my co-pilot helped me, he not only repeated it back, but he actually changed put it on the tower frequency. So I'm on tower right now. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready for departure.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact ground on 121.9er
We'll
for
wait.
taxi instructions.
They'll figure
Ground
it out.
on 121.9er for taxi. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 260 at 9er knots. Altimeter is 29er85. Cleared for takeoff. Runway 24.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
This isn't related to X-Plane. This is related to pilot to ATC. If you look, actually I'll jump outside. parking brake's on? Okay, I want to make sure. So if you look outside, you see where I'm parked at. So my nose wheel hasn't crossed that whole short line because I'm not supposed to. But it's almost like I'm not close enough to the whole short line for the tower initially to say that I'm already close enough and I don't have to touch the ground. Kind of what I think's going on right now. So normally I move up a little bit, but we'll jump back into the cockpit. Probably got to line myself up way better than that if I'm gonna fly. Cool. So release parking brake. I got a stall horn going off. I'm not sure why. It's not going off really loud, but it is going on. So, alrighty, we are. Trim looks good. Flaps are up. I guess we're ready to go fly. So we'll go ahead and ease the power in. So you can watch what I'm doing here. It's I'm playing some right rudder. So as I watch the plane yaw a little bit to the left, I'll give it more right rudder. I'll give it some right rudder. Okay, 65, still fly. And the plane is trimmed, so it should be climbing at around 80, 85 knots. May not be trimmed quite right. We'll see if it how it settles. So it pitched up like this, and then it come back down. So as it went back down, the airspeed should have increased, and it did. So I should be climbing out at around 80 knots right now. And so the only thing I'm doing, because the plane is trimmed, I don't have any input on the yoke at all. The only input on the yoke I may have is trying to keep it centered. In other words, I'm moving the yoke, rotating it like this to keep it straight down the runway. So basically we're going to do a little bit of sightseeing. So, and once again I want to reiterate, this is default. All this scenery that you see right now, anybody would see this. Anybody that has X-Plane 12 Beta 4 would see this scenery. So I normally run X World, and but I decided for today I wanted to try default and just to see what it looks like, because I haven't looked at it in a while. So there should be some golf courses coming up. Yeah, there's one over here. There should be one over on my, should be one on my right too. So, but from the air, yeah, that's what a golf course looks like. I mean, so, and that, like I said, that's default. That's nothing, I didn't have to do anything to make that happen. It's just, that's how it is, so. There should be one over here. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. I'm a little too close to it, so.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, have a good morning. Frequency change approved.
So, I'm gonna put the heading on. And I'm gonna do altitude. I'm gonna hold altitude right here. And I'm gonna pull power back to about 2200. I'm gonna get into chase mode. I want to see if I can look. No, too far by. Too far by. That's okay. Go back in the plane. quite lined up. Turn again. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go vertical speed. I'm gonna tell it, yeah, so we're gonna climb about 500 feet a minute. And while we're doing that, I'm going to go direct to our first airport. So I highlighted I hit the cursor, so that's highlighted. So if I rotate the little knob, let's put a K in there. So it's KH. So E, F, G, H. And big knob moves over one. And we got to get to G. So I'm going to go backwards. Going through the numbers. Z. Big knob. I'll do it the same way backwards. I hadn't given it enough power to keep it from stalling. So what happened was, I'll say altitude's good. So what happened was that the airspeed got low enough that it kicked the autopilot off. So why? I'm trying to get to Z. Alrighty. Let's see. I want to be it to be Y. There we go. Activate. Alright, so I put the magenta line in. So instead of following the heading bus, I'm going to click nav. Nav. So that basically is going to put on a course of GPS course. And so basically what I'm trying to control is basically the height. And the autopilot is going to basically take me to that airport. The reason I'm doing this is just to, a lot of times I'll hand fly, you know, but I'm trying to kind of be more observant of the scenery and all that stuff. So if I'm like looking out the window, I don't need to worry about the plane changing when I may have inadvertently moved the yoke to, I just inadvertently had done it when I was looking at something. So we are 21, looks like 21.9 miles, nautical miles from the airport. So when we get about 10 miles, I'll, due to the fact this airport doesn't have a tower, there's no way I can call and ask permission to land. All I could do is get on the common advisory frequency and say what my intentions are. So that's kind of what I'll end up doing. She'll balk at me a little bit because she doesn't understand why I'm saying what I'm saying, but that's what you're supposed to do. If you come to a non-towered airport, you're supposed to say your intentions so that other people in the area around that airport, they know what you're doing. So now, when we fly to Youngstown's a towered airport, so I'll be able to get permission to land. They'll tell me what runway I'm supposed to land on, and we'll go from there. So you can see that like these clouds here are pretty white, but if you look underneath them, that's pretty dark. so there's got to be rain there, and you can almost see it. So it's going to be kind of interesting how if I'm going to fly into a rainstorm. Hopefully not a thunderstorm, but could be a rainstorm. So we'll just have to see how it goes. So like I said, I'm running a Vive Pro 2, and my next headset will be a Big Stream Beyond. I have it on pre-order, and I pre-ordered it on the 13th of February of this year, and they are going to deliver to the U.S. In the third quarter. So we're kind of almost, but not quite, in the middle of the third quarter. So it shouldn't be too long. It should be no longer than maybe a month and a half. So at worst case scenario, but sounds like they're all on target as to deliveries and shipping. So I was watching a stream, Brian Fitz, I think it is. He does sim racing, and he had the prototype Beyond. And I asked him, I didn't know that. I asked him, do you have a final version? And he said no. So the way I see it is there's like about 3 different, maybe 4 different groups of people. You have the really early people, you know, and they've probably committed to the project 2 years ago, or maybe a little more. And then you have like another group of people, you know, that probably have been with the project for a year. And then you have the group of people that I'm in is people that there was a public where you could publicly pre-order. And I'm in that group of people. So the 2 groups of people before me, I would think they would get a production headset before we do. So until you see them getting it, the chances of you getting one as a public pre-order is probably unlikely. So, but how I kind of judge, like how good does the VR headset have to be acceptable? So my test is a couple of things. So one is just the direct, and I generally fly GA aircraft normally with a 6-pack. So can I easily tell the difference between 21 and 24, or can I tell the difference between 12 and 15? Can I easily do that with just looking at it? The other thing I check is that if I have a flight plan in, can I just look over and go, yeah, that's 15.3 for the distance? Can I easily do that without going, oh, you know, no, it wasn't 3, it was 5. I mean, so can I easily do that? So, and I absolutely can. The same way you can read the ETA, you can read that just at a glance. So, to me, how I fly in VR, that's good enough. Now, there are higher res headsets out there, absolutely. But the higher the res, the more powerful a computer you have to run. I'm not running a slouch. I mean, I'm running an i9 13900K with a 4090. So I'm not running a slouch computer. But when you get to really high res headsets, like say a Crystal is like 28 something. And sometimes it looks like that one to look right, you've got to run it higher than that. So if you've got to run it, say, so it's 28, we'll say you have to run it at 35 or maybe 4,000. Man, that's gotta, you take a powerful computer to do that. Where on the computer, the headset I have right now, it's 2448 by 2448, and the Big Stream Beyond is about the same thing. So if I can run my Pro 2 with the computer that I have, I'll have no problem running the big screen. So about the only thing I see that's a little bit different is as we get farther away from urban centers, then you don't see many houses and stuff out this way. Where with X World you would see that. So that is a difference. So, but that's kind of why I wanted to do this. Is how different is it? You know, I mean, it isn't like X World costs you anything. It's free, but you have to install it. It takes up hard drive space. So And quite frankly, I would not say the frames are really that much different. No, they're not. I'm getting about the same frames as I was getting with using X-World. So that's the other thing I wanted to test is are the frames different? You know, in other words, if I seen instead of like 45, if I seen frames at like 50 or 55, I go, oh, okay, well that's really making a big impact, but no, it's not. So the added benefit, in my opinion, is worth it. So, but you only know that if you try. So. Okay, we're about 10 miles out, and let me go that airport. Do it this way to make sure. KYZ Unicom. I'm going to try using Unicom. So that should have put it in the standby. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, stay active runway.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf arriving and departing runway 27.
Okay. So she said 27. So we were, that looks a bit nasty. we'll see how this works out. So we took off on 24. Say winds.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf Northeast Ohio regional winds are 29er and 7 knots.
So the winds are 29er. The runway is 270. So that's why we're going on that runway. So I'm not using the heading bug. So I'll put the put my heading bug on 270, and that will help me kind of this looks entertaining. So we are, let me look here, elevation is 1900, so I'm gonna have to be at 2000. So I'm going to get out of the autopilot, pull the power back, and I'm going to go over to the right a little bit here and see if I can kind of get around this, because I'm pretty sure this cloud bank, this cloud bank is on the other side of the airport. So it's to the east of the airport. So I'll just get over here a little bit, and then I should be able to set up for an approach. So I think I'll level right here. Catch a little bit of this rain. But the cloud above me, the rain coming from, is higher. So the temperature is 63 Fahrenheit, so don't need to worry about icing or any of that stuff. So I'm good right where I am. A little bit of rain, doesn't matter. Thunderstorms a different story, but just rain, no, it's okay. So what I'm looking for is there's a 4-lane highway that runs south, and I'm kind of looking to find it, and I can take that road all the way up and get me set up for an approach at the airport. But I just haven't found it yet. So I'm coming this way, that's the airport. So what I'm looking for is this road right here. That's not it. It's pretty obvious. It sticks out. Like I said, pattern altitude, it's 900 feet, so, or the elevation is 900 feet, so pattern would be about 2,000. So right now I'm at 2,500, so I'm about 500 above pattern altitude. Trying to like look out in front of me to see if I can see where this road is. And I can tell from the moving map that I'm not there yet. So but this road here, this is 90. So 90 and this road are making an intersection. And their speed's all good. I'm about 70. Between 75 and 80 knots, so I'm all good that way. So, and I'm around about 2,000 RPM. So. All good. So we took off from Erie International and we flew along the shoreline of Lake Erie, and now we're in Ohio. So, and we'll be flying after we do a touch and go here. We'll be flying to Youngstown, Ohio, so, to their airport. An airport I have flown to in real life. So like I said, this is a road that sticks out. So it doesn't really show it that much on the sectional map, but you can see it. That's a 4-lane highway. That's markable. So we're going to turn. We're going to follow this road, because if you look on the sectional map, the road runs right along the airport. And when I go up this road a little bit, I'm going to see the airport, and I will. And when I turn off on this road and turn towards the airport, I'll be set up for the downwind of runway 27. So we're just scouting out, looking for the airport, but there it is. So you can easily see it from here. So I have my heading bug set at 270. So when I make a turn here, that heading bug is going to be in the bottom, so that confirms that I'm on the downwind of 270. And like I thought, the cloud cover is just to the east. So what it does mean is I may get stuck in a little bit of it going to Youngstown, but I can come over this way and then head to Youngstown. Alrighty, so the heading bug is over here. So I am at 90 degrees with that runway. So I'm going to turn. I'm trying to keep the runway in the middle of the strut. So that keeps me the right distance away from the runway. So power's about right for right here, about 2,000, about right. So I'm descending a little bit. I could hear the airspeed increasing. So I pulled back on the yoke and trimmed to match. So that actually decreased my airspeed and got me a little bit more level. I'm actually a little bit too snug for this runway. So I'm going to go over wide. Or wider. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 27.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Northeast Ohio Regional Unicom on 122.8. Please repeat your request.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, inbound to land, runway 27.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Northeast Ohio Regional Unicom on 122.8. Please repeat your request.
So I told her I want to land, and because it's Unicom, she doesn't know what to do with that. So, okay. So I'm going to pull power back a little bit more. We'll say 1,700. 1 knot of flags. I want to make sure the plane is descending. And I have to remember the altitude of this runway is 900 feet. So we're kind of looking. We're looking. 45 degrees. We want to make sure you're far enough away so you can get these procedures done. So we're going to turn. Always checking the airspeed. When you turn, it's easy to kind of push in on the yoke. And when you do, the airspeed goes. Or you're holding back on the yoke, sorry. So heading bug here. So that's lined up with that runway. That runway is, I am 90 degrees for that runway. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, turning final, runway 27.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Northeast Ohio Regional Unicom on 122.8. Please repeat your request.
Okay. So you can see I got 1 red pappy. So I'm pretty good. And just like I thought, I'm pretty close to this frame, you know, but we should be able to, I don't see it as an issue to be able to get in here and get landed. So I think I'm going to give myself just a little bit more power. Looks like I was sinking a little bit faster than I wanted to. So I just give myself just a little bit more power. I went from 1,500 to 1,600. We'll see if it's enough. So far it's looking good. I'm pretty happy. It's like staying 2 whites, 2 reds. So that's kind of where it should be. 2 notches of flaps out, that's all I need to land. So I don't even know what the length of the runway is. It's not bad though. It's not bad. Or maybe just a tad slow. That should have helped it. Yeah, that did. So I basically trimmed it up just a little bit. Trimmed the nose down a little bit. So, alrighty. Let's see where we're at here. Not looking too bad. Pull some power out. Not bad. Whoops. looks pretty nice. I don't know if I noticed that before. Okay, so I'm gonna fly out here. I'll wait till I get about 1,000 feet above the ground before I make any turns. So I'll get up to about 2,000 feet, and then I'll start heading south, and I'll dial in Youngstown. Yeah, all in all, everything looking pretty good. So there's the highway we were looking for. So I'm certainly away from the airport now, so I'll just do a gradual turn here. So I'm going to highlight this guy and hit clear. Yes. That'll get me going anyhow. From the engine, I got a little bit too much power. Oh. Add a V. What's our heading gonna be? 183, okay. So we're heading... 183, that's 193. So we're gonna be heading east. Alrighty. I think I'm gonna still stay at 3,000 or less. No, thank you. So we're gonna stay, I'm gonna stay around 3,000 feet. If we're heading east, and that's kind of where we are, we're like 183, so that's eastbound. Normally you're gonna be odd plus 500, so 3,500, 5,500, 7,500. If you're going westbound, quite have enough power here. Looked where my trim wheel was and went, oh crap. Alright. Gotta play around a little bit here. Let me get rid of that. had to do a little bit of aviating. I turned the vertical speed on, and it was more aggressive than what I had the power setting at. So the autopilot kicked off and kind of yelled at me, and so turn the vertical speed on. I'm gonna go up by a couple. So I want to get up to 3,000 feet, but instead of doing 5 or 6, I'm gonna do 2,000 or 200. So. Okay, so we're like 24 miles away from Youngstown, so it's not too far away. Once I get down there, I think I'm probably 50 miles from KERI. So. Alright, we're right around 3,000. Let's put on heading on altitude hold. It's already following the magenta line. So. And I will switch the airport to KYNG. So we will set. Quite close. Can I do this? Oh, that'll work. Alright. So I'm going to put the tower. The tower's in the standby. So when I get a little closer, I'll call tower and get for and find out which let me pull the tower back a little bit. Find out which runway we're using. Yeah, one of the things like 12.06 Beta 4 brought is it seems like it's a lot easier to rain. so it sounds like they know the problem and they're trying to figure out how to resolve it. So, but it's in real weather, so. So as we come this way to Youngstown, normally I had come from KERI or maybe Lost Nation, so a little further to the west. But when you come down here, kind of how you know you're kind of in the right place is you have this lake here. Let me go to the next map. You have this lake here. Let me see if I can. Yeah, so let me do this. I'm coming down here, and I'm looking out in front of me, and I'm starting to see this. This lake is called Mosquito Lake, and so it's right here. And so the airport, do one more. The airport, let me think, is here. So when you see that, then you kind of know that you're certainly in the right, kind of in the right direction. Go back to the airport. All right. So we got some more. You can see where the white clouds here, and then the darker ones in underneath. So, whoops. We got 60 miles to go, so we got just a little bit of time yet. When I moved the map around, I didn't have the airplane centered on the in the center of the map. When I see this road here, I wonder if, because we're going pretty much south, straight south, like 183, 190 south, so I wonder if this road here is the same road that's up at the airport we left. I mean, there's a good chance that's true. Got a little bit of time and everything seems to be okay. Let's see if I can find that out. Yeah, it is. So it's the same road. So this 4-lane highway that's coming down here, that's exactly the same road. So it's right here. And that's where I am. So interesting. I actually didn't know that before. I see a kind of a clearing out here in front of me, and I'm not sure if that's the airport or not. Let me look. So it's past the end of this lake. Yeah. So we can see the end of the lake, so it's past it, so it won't be right here. It's got to be further. Yeah, and I think X World kind of fills this in a lot better than what I'm seeing right now. So when you're real close to an urban area, it looks quite nice. But as you get out into the countryside, not as much. So, and let me go to my graphics settings. So I got world objects up at maximum, so texture irrelevant. But if I have that up at maximum, then I should be rendering as much auto gen as what there is to render. So. I'm going to say weather.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf weather, Kilo Yankee November Golf is clear. Visibility is 10 miles, winds are 218 at 5 knots, cloud coverage is clear. Current altimeter is 29er. Temperature 24 dew point 18.
Say active runway.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf arriving and departing runway 14.
Okay. I'm in now. Runway 14. So that's 15. That's 14. So Cessna 6 Bravo Golf inbound for touch and go, runway 14.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf altimeter is 29er cleared for the ILS approach to runway 14 with the in transition at Youngstown Warren Regional.
Altimeter is 29er cleared for the ILS approach to runway 14 with the in transition Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf inbound to land for touch and go, runway 14.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good morning. Continue ILS to runway 14, call when established on final.
Continue ILS approach to runway 14 will call when established on final Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf request touch and go. Never had this problem before. Okay. We'll figure it out. So 1-4, it's going to be going this direction, so we got to get over here. And I was looking to make sure I'm on VFR, not IFR, and I am, so not sure what's up here. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf request touch and go, runway 04. That won't work. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf request touch and go, runway 14. I'll just get lined up for the downwind and we'll go from there. Because I'm parallel with it right now. I'll just go out a little bit, spin around. But I can clearly see the runway, so. Yeah, I'll just say, when I get there, I'll just say, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 14. No problem. sometimes, like if this is on via IFR, you know, then you may get like an ILS, but let me just check again. Is there any more? No. There's only one tower, and that's what I'm on, so. Okay. I'm going to turn it around here. Don't want to be too steep here. We'll pull back on the power a little bit. Too tight. What it looks like to me. Let me go out here a little bit further. Got to make sure I can get this turn in, and because when I get downwind, I want to be at the far end of the runway. I don't want to be at the end where I'm going to land. I just don't want to do that. Alright, so I'm going to teardrop out. That should help. So I'll teardrop out. And then I'll roll it around. And when I finish this, I should be okay where I can, I'll be kind of in the right place to be on the far end of the runway when I see it again, so. Making sure I don't, it's easy to just get too steep, so I'm trying not to do that. And when I'm in a good position, that's heading in the bug will be in the bottom. And I can come in just a little bit more, a little bit closer. That should be fine. Also don't want to be too far away from the runway. It's a little hard to see it, but I can see it now. So I'm okay. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 14.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf altimeter is 2988, call turning final for runway 14.
Awesome. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request touch and go.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 258 at 10 knots, cleared for the option runway 14.
Okay, that worked out.
Cleared touch and go runway 14 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Elevation. So it's 1100. So it's 1192. So 2000 or 2200. So right where I'm at I'm at pattern altitude. Look at yeah, so you can see where the yeah, I guess I'm not too bad. The runway is just a little bit hard to see. I'm not sure why that's true, but it is a little bit hard to see. But when I look at it, it's about in the middle of my strut, so I'm okay. So a little bit slow here. So that's the end of the runway. I'll pull back some power. Do 1 knot to flaps. Try to get the plane to descend a bit here. Not too bad. Not too bad. So I'm a little bit wide of the, I guess I'm really not. All right, let me roll around in. Make sure I continue to descend. Because if you don't, if you try level or you climb, your airspeed's gonna go down. And that's exactly what happened. Whoops, too steep. We're okay though. We're coming back. Whoops. You overturned. There you go. You're getting better. Lots of trees around here. Alrighty. Not looking bad. Not looking bad at all. So you're trying to descend at around 500 feet per minute. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf turning final.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 258 at 10 knots, cleared for the option runway 14.
So
Cleared
it's my
touch
choice.
and go runway
Whoops.
14 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
So it's my choice what I want to do here. So I could do a full stop landing, or I can do a touch and go. My game plan is a touch and go. As long as everything ends up turning out okay. So we have a small display threshold here. Not very much at all, really. Trying to keep the nose pointed down. Just do a quick glance over to make sure the flaps are all the way up before we try to climb. Because if you try to climb out of here too abruptly with the flaps down, you won't climb very fast. And you'll probably stall. It's probably the worst time. Okay. Well, we've made it to our first and second airport. And, we're on our way to the last two back to Erie. So like I said, I think I'm about 50 miles away from Erie. So, but this is Youngstown. Youngstown has an Air National Guard, and so they have C-130s and stuff that fly out of here. So. But I have landed here in real life, including my long cross country, my long solo cross country. So So this was one of the airports I landed at for my long cross country. Solo long cross country. Okay. So we need to kind of head north. So at a heading of around 30 or less. So we're kind of away from the airport enough. We'll start heading there. I'll come over here. Clear that. Yeah. The plane put me on the right course. I'm just hiding out at takeoff power. I'm just letting it climb up to 3,000, and then I'll put it on altitude hold. So. Yep, I was pretty close. I was slowly turning 3-0, but I hadn't quite made it yet. Yeah, so all in all, it's been a pretty nice flight, and I did exactly what I wanted to do, is to kind of show off what the boat scenery looks like, you know, and I wanted to prove to myself why I was using X-World and Global Forest version 2, and from what I see, it's a benefit to use it. So. It's like right around here, it's pretty sparse, and I don't remember that being true when I was using the X-World and Global Forest. But it was a good exercise. So. And waiting for me is a new build from KHZY that fixes a couple of the OpenXR bugs that I found, and he has a new build that I think has them fixed. So we'll play with that once I get done streaming here. Alrighty, I don't need to have that much power. So we'll go to about 2200. So. I was doing about 115 or 20 knots, so it's kind of like, you don't really need to do that. So I'm not in that much of a hurry to get back to Erie. And yeah, we got 50.4. Make sure I'm looking at it right. Yeah, 50.4 was right. Okay. Yeah, the one thing that needs improved is I think it's called sharpening. So it's why like the numbers and stuff on the screen, as far as I remember, I haven't used 11 in a while, so maybe remembering wrong, but it seems like the numbers, like say on the 530 and 11 were a little crisper than what they are right now. So it makes them a little hard to read, like just looking over here. So it sounds like in 1207 we'll have an opportunity to kind of turn a sharpener on, so we can enable that. So, but we'll see how that turns out. So it's kind of sounding like my I'm gonna have my Big Stream Beyond become available about the time when X-Plane 12 is gonna have some really, really nice improvements. So that's gonna be kind of cool to be able to kind of use both of them at the same time. Yeah, like that's hard to see the time. Let me look here a minute. Let's see if I got. Well, I may have had something kind of wrong. All right, yeah, that's better. Yeah, I had my headset kind of not in the. Yeah, that's way better. My headset probably over the course of the flight slid down a little bit. So if it slides down, kind of like that. No, even there it was okay. So if it gets too much out of the sweet spot, then that has an influence over how well you can read the numbers. But now I can look at it. That was 27 minutes 32 seconds to get to KERI. So that's kind of what was going on. So can't blame that on the headset. Can't blame it on the operator. But one thing for sure is the Big Stream Beyond will be a lot lighter, and it won't be. And two things. One is it'll be a lot lighter. The other is it's a custom facial interface. So when you put it on your face, it's custom made for your face. So the chance of, because right now I can slide this headset around a lot and make it look really, really, really bad. And where the opportunity for that with the Big Stream Beyond won't be there. So it will very easily just be in the right place. So that's a big plus. Yeah, and I can feel this one even though like I have a fan on it to kind of try to help keep it cool down. The sky runs pretty warm, and so that's going to be different too. So that it'll be lighter, and it shouldn't run as warm as what this headset does. I like the headset because I like the when you're in that sweet spot, it's pretty good clarity, and but it is heavy, and it does get warm. So to make it more comfortable, I added a comfort strap to it over the top here, and then I added some counterweights in the back to kind of counter the front heaviness of it. But doing that makes it heavier. So, and then I also added a fan here to try to suck some of the heat out of the display. And because the mic is garbage, I added a wireless at-line lawn mic, and which seems to work pretty good. I'm pretty happy with all those choices. But over the Big Stream Beyond, all that won't be needed because the mic is perfect on it, and it'll run cooler. It'll be lighter, so all that'll be a lot better. But just have to wait at the most month and a half. So. But I wanted to start once this Plane 12 started looking pretty nice in VR. I said, let me kind of like took a little bit of a break from streaming because I just didn't like I can't stream something I'm not happy with. So, but especially when 6 come out, the clouds are just really pretty nice. And so I just said, let's start streaming. There's no way I could come myself. I gotta wait till the Beyond comes out. No, can't do that. I'll stream with what I have. It works okay. So, but we do have not only X-Plane 12 getting better, but the fact that I'll have a better headset, that also will be true. Whoops, why are you doing that? Don't do that. How about that? Okay. So this water here is climate tuning reservoir. Pretty good hunk of water. And it kind of sets kind of in between Ohio and PA, so kind of straddled. Trying to see if I see the no, I don't. That's interesting. But I thought on the sectional it would have shown the boundaries, the state boundaries, but I don't see it. You see railroad, longitude, latitude stuff. Interesting. Oh, maybe that's what that line is. Yeah, I bet that's what it is. I bet you this line here, that dotted line, that's probably the boundary. That's probably Ohio over here and PA over here. I'll bet you that's what it is. Because I know Greenville's in Pennsylvania. Pontiac Lake is. The only one I'm confused about is Jamestown. Oh yeah, there is. Yeah. The reason I'm confused is there's a Jamestown, New York. So I forgot there's a Jamestown, Pennsylvania too. I was thinking Jamestown was in Ohio, and I'm like, no, it's not. It's Pennsylvania, and that's got to be what it is. So that has to be the line. Like I said, it kind of straddles. It straddles Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. So cool. Alrighty, KERI. So we'll set the tower. So I'll use voice to do that. Set COM1 standby 118.100.
COM1 standby on 122.8.
Wow, you got that way wrong. COM1 standby 118.100.
COM1 standby set to 118.1.
Wow, took you 2 times, but you actually got it. That's good. So that program there is called Plane Command by Lee Baker. Lee is the same gentleman that makes the data rep tool, and I've known Lee for quite some time, at least 5 years, if not longer. So, so I've been using this tool for voice and PR for quite some time. It's why he wrote it. So, and his data rep tool. Plane Command is it's a paid program. Data Rep tool is free, and Data Rep tool is slick where you can, if you need to find like some, like say for checklists or things here that I'm doing in Plane Command, Data Rep tool allows you to operate device things like in here, and you can actually see the data rep for it or the command. You can actually see it activate, so it makes it easy to find data reps and commands. Makes it very easy. So quite see the lake yet, but it's up there. Get up a little bit further, you'll be able to see like the horizon is kind of blue. That's Lake Erie. But we're quite a ways. We're 31 miles. We're quite a ways away. Probably between 10 and 15 miles. You should be able to see it. We're just a little too far away. A little bit of a haze. There's not a lot. Just a little bit. Like we're doing okay on fuel. I thought we'd be okay. I put about 3 hours of fuel in it. Yeah, so I have the so Erie Tower is in the standby position now. So when I get closer, 10 miles out or something like that, probably around Edinburgh, I'll make a call and give permission to land. Hopefully it won't give me the same grief where it wants me to do an ILS approach. I'm like, it's VFR conditions, why are we doing ILS? Yeah, like on this 4:30 to 5:30, the green against the black is pretty easy to read. On the other hand, the white against the black is hard. And I almost think it's related to, I guess glare would be the right term. Where it's almost like the letters have like a glow around them. So because of that, they're not crisp. They're kind of fuzzy. And so it makes the white ones like pretty hard to read. So like when, like sooner or later, KERI is going to come up in here in white. It's in green because that's where I'm going to. That's part of the GPS. But it'll be hard to read that, you know. So. But I think that's kind of related to the headset itself, I believe. So it'll be interesting to see if that's any different with Big Screen Beyond, or is it just a function of how X-Plane is rendering that? It could be either one. About 15 minutes before we get back to Erie. Yeah, we're doing pretty good speed. We're doing, so I'm at 2200 RPM and we're doing about 95 knots, so doing pretty good. Yeah, because I kind of looked at the weather forecast for today, and it looked like it would be like partly cloudy, which is what I was kind of hoping for. Like clear skies is a little bit boring, so but partly cloudy is nice, where you can see. Oh, and we got to see not quite as many cloud formations as I saw yesterday or 2 days ago, but quite a few, quite a few. Got to see some rain and kind of what rain clouds look like, and that was nice. So, yeah, so here you see there's like a population area here. So yeah, so on the sectional you see the yellow. So the yellow kind of signifies that this is a population area. So you do see like a lot more buildings and all that stuff right here. But as you go away from that with the bulk scenery, you don't see hardly anything. You know, I mean, so where X World kind of brings that stuff to it. So, because what X World is doing is it's taking the Microsoft footprints and it's using them to place buildings. So wherever Microsoft has figured out that there should be a building there, X World is using that data to put buildings there. So that makes it a little bit better. But I really, because when I was kind of testing, I looked around the airport and it looked real similar to what X World did. But I hadn't flown out away from the airport or away from Erie to kind of see is that true everywhere or just at in urban areas. So, and it looks like it just is. So as we come up this way, it should start seeing, yeah, this here, this should be 79. So, that basically goes right here. So I'm kind of going at an angle kind of that way. So. Looks like we have some reasonably low clouds. Good morning, Captain Bombasso. How are you doing this morning? I'm on my way heading back to Erie. I'm about 17 miles out from Erie. I wanted to do a stream with the default scenery so that I could show off what, if you didn't have any add-ons to your scenery, what would it look like compared to using like X World or something like that. So, and what I'm finding is where the population centers are, they're probably pretty close, but as you're like in this area, a more rural area, yeah, you don't see hardly anything, you know, where if I remember correctly in X World, you would see stuff out here. So that's kind of why what I streamed today. So. But yeah, now how far out am I? So I'm 16 miles out, and you could clearly see the shoreline of Lake Erie. So that's really clear. But I'm like 15 miles, so that's kind of what I was thinking, between 10 and 15 miles. Yeah, I'm extremely happy. You're kind of like now, Yeah, I just wanted to try it. I just wanted to try it to see, can I tell a difference between X-World and default? And so I just said, yeah, I'll fly. I'm flying a default airplane. So basically, what you're seeing in this stream is what you get out of the box. You know, so I just thought it was a worthwhile endeavor. So, and I started the stream off. No, it's not. I thought it was. I thought default would be. I thought I initially saw better performance with default, but it's the same. I don't see any difference. So I can run X-World, Global Forest version 2, and I don't see any difference. There's no difference in performance. So if it looks better, then I'll use it. So. Okay, we're about 12 miles out, and we'll get ready to, I'll go ahead and I'll flip this over here.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact tower on 119.5.
Contact tower on 119.5 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
I don't want to do that.
Tower.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Say active runway.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact tower on 119.5.
Contact tower on 119.5 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Fix this right now.
Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf at 3,000 feet.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good morning. Altimeter is 298.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good morning. Altimeter is 298.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, say active runway.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact tower on 119.5.
Contact tower on 119.5 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf arriving.
Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf at
Yeah.
3,000 feet.
For some reason, it won't let me get to KERI. Maybe I'm too far out. 9 miles out. Maybe I'm too far. They did a touch and go at Youngstown. It's almost like they don't want me to leave. Say active runway of Kilo Echo Romeo India.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf arriving and departing runway 24. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact tower on 119.5.
Contact tower on 119.5 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf at 3,000 feet.
What I have? Yeah, no. So this is what I have. Here. So I have geo chips. So I have a sectional, So if I click on geotips, so we're in Detroit. I'm in the Detroit area. So that's what I have, and I have them for the whole United States. So if I click on that, that's a sectional. So it's a live net and a sectional. So that's what I use for my moving map. So it's not a PDF. It's a geotip. It works great. Works great. So. Yeah, they're all geo-referenced, so that works great. Alright, I got a... Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, inbound to land?
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, contact tower on 119.
Oh, give me a break.
Contact tower on 119.5 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo.
Will expect vectors to the left downwind for tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf at 3,000 feet.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good morning. Altimeter is 2988.
Not an X-plane. I have it in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but I really want to do that.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, contact tower on 119.5.
Contact tower on 119.5 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6.
Heading 035 Cessna 6 Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf at 2,900 feet.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, climb and maintain 3,000 feet.
Stay active, runway.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, arriving and departing runway 14.
Give me a second. Stay active runway for Kilo Echo Romeo India.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, arriving and departing runway 24.
Alright. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, call turning final for runway 14.
Attention all aircraft. KERI International Tom Ridge Field, altimeter 2984.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, call turning final for runway 14.
Alright. I have to fly the airplane. The autopilot does not like me right now. So let's fly the airplane. I'm on tower frequency for Erie, and she keeps giving me the tower for Youngstown, the runway for Youngstown. All right, we're close now. Pilot's ATC can work like so well, but every once in a while it's like I have no idea what what it's doing. Oops, a little too steep there, Bill. Oh, you're close. Oh boy. Yeah, we'll be okay. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf turning final for runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf call 10 mile final 14 winds are 258 at 10 knots cleared to land runway 14.
Cleared to land runway 14 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
No, it's 24. I know what I'm doing. Do you know what you're doing? Oh, there's the golf course. With X World, that golf course isn't there. Even though I have the stuff in to make the golf courses show up, doesn't show up. I don't know why. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, final, runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf call 10 mile final 14 winds are 258 at 10 knots cleared to land runway 14.
No.
Cleared to land runway 14 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf exit runway when able. Be advised you may have landed on the wrong runway.
Yeah. Good but late flare, huh? Yeah, that was a pitifully bad landing there. I was just so frustrated with pilot weight D3. I was like, come on! Why did you do this to me? Alright, stop here. Parking brake. Taxi light, land off now. Alrighty. So, I gotta fix this. Yeah, sorry, I was just like so frustrated with Pilot's Weight GC. I just had to like focus on flying before I crashed. So, nah, yeah, I don't know. It wasn't as good as I can do. That's kind of the point. So, but that's life. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know what the deal was. Is that I did a touch and go at I got approval to do a touch and go at Youngstown, but it was almost like she was expecting me to come back to Youngstown, and when I was like, no, I did a touch and go and I'm on to another. But I also didn't put in a full flight plan, you know, a full continuous flight plan for all the airports. And maybe it was thinking of that. So, well, we'll see if ground works. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, clear of active runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, welcome to Youngstown Warren Regional Contact Ground on 121.9. Have a good stay.
Ground on 121.9 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
That's priceless. No. You are so lost. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready to taxi.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf taxi to ramp 11 via taxiways Alpha, Echo, Bravo, hold short runway 02. Taxi to ramp 11 via taxiways Alpha, Echo, Bravo, hold short runway 02 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
This is my mistake. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready to taxi to general aviation parking.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf taxi to general aviation parking via taxiways Alpha, Echo, Bravo, hold short runway 02. Taxi to general aviation parking via taxiways Alpha, Echo, Bravo, hold short runway 02 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Well, at least they give me the right taxiways. That's a plus. Oh my word. That's hilarious. That's the first time this has happened, actually. I mean, normally, at least recently, I've had pretty good luck with pilots OTC, but this is pretty bad. Yeah, so at the beginning of the stream, I think it's Arabelle, if I remember correctly. She wanted to see what a thunderstorm was, so before I even started flying or anything, I took the weather slider, slid it all the way to, to like as bad a weather as you can get. So it was like lightning and thundering and raining. So it was pretty crazy at the beginning. So I did that for about 5 minutes at the beginning of the stream, and then went back to real weather. So, but they got a problem with one of the what is it called? Grid file, I think it's called. They got a problem with it where it's either they got a bad path or they got something going wrong with it. Where if you use your live weather, it errors on that. This still seems to put the weather in, so it isn't like a really big deal, but it's not correct. So. Because I had changed the weather the whole time I was flying, so including I was in like I was like on the edge of a rainstorm.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf cross runway 02. Cross runway 02 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
I was like on the edge of a rainstorm when I went to the first airport, so that all seemed like it was working okay. So don't know what they got wrong. So. Yeah, well, that's what pilots ATC is. So, and it generally works pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I kind of like the fact that that I don't have to be on an online network and have to bend to their whenever they have people available and stuff. So, to all in all, it seems to work fairly well, So, but every once in a while it just gets screwed up, and normally I tried that. I tried to like disconnect and then reconnect, because normally that would fix it. So it would. So if I disconnect, it should when it connects, it should be, oh, he's at Erie, not that he's still at Youngstown. I mean, that's what it should have done. Are you really gonna take me out or what? Ooh, close. Yeah, I'm reasonably happy, and the developer for it, Dave, there, he's real. I mean, he's constantly updating it. So, and the fact it works with X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Simulator, that's kind of cool. Because I have to use the plug-in. Just a minute. I have to use this plug-in. Whoops. So that's XPUIPC. I have to use that plug-in for it to work right. For it to work. And but that seems it seems like it works fine, because I think people that use the wide client part of it, that doesn't work, or they haven't got it fixed yet or something like that. But the part I use, Yeah, that works fine. I mean, so I don't have any issues. So, you know, so it all went pretty good today, and yeah, I kind of did what. Yeah, so like right now, like that cloud there, that's kind of like a cotton ball, kind of like that isn't quite right, you know. But it kind of comes and goes. There's other ones that look really good, you know. But that one kind of like, that's a little fuzzy, you know. So, and I don't think it's because I'm in VR at all. I think it's just sometimes that happens, just how it's rendered. So, but all in all, yeah, I've been pretty happy with it. So, I've been streaming a lot more, you know, than what I had done previously, just because it's better. So, but just before I started the stream, I checked my mail, and I got a new build from Chris Serio that has a few of the OpenXR bugs. He thinks he's got a few of them fixed. So when I get done streaming here, I'll load that build up and see if he actually got some of them fixed. So but I also went on explain.org and kind of listed all of the OpenXR bugs that I know that I have numbers for and that aren't fixed yet. So I figured it would be good to document that so that you kind of know when you know that the ones that we're waiting for to be resolved. Some of them are personal. Some of them are like when I use OpenXR, this image representation of my controller is not there. And the other thing I found is the haptics don't work. If I'm using OpenXR, the haptics don't work. So, but one thing I was kind of surprised, and I one of the people that commented on one of my streams, he told me, he says he didn't see any difference in using the minus D3 D11 whether you use that flag or not. And I went, what, really? And I'm like, wow, that's always made like on the previous builds or in the previous ones, like maybe like 12, I don't know how far back. I can't remember when I first knew it was, I first found out about it. We'll say it's 04. So on those, when I would use it, it would be 10 millisecond reduction in my frame times. And with 06 Beta 4, it doesn't make any difference. None. And so whether you use that flag or not, because like right now I'm using no flags at all, and I still have good frame times, you know. So, and when you look, I mean, there's a lot of scenery here, you know. I mean, so normally the more scenery you have, the more harder it is to kind of render, but it's the same, you know. So this is with no flags at all, which is kind of interesting. So. But that's kind of what I'm going to do next. So this all went pretty good. Yeah, 2.5 hours. Yeah. So I probably was actually streaming for about 2 hours 15 minutes. So that's not bad. And but it was just a little disappointing coming in the area. It's like, you know, and there wasn't. I tried, you know. I mean, there's only so much you can do when you're actually trying to fly an airplane. I mean, and I'm just like not of the mindset to, well, let's put it on pause and try to figure this out. No, like you're flying an airplane, you can't do that. You know, so, but I'll, I don't know what that was all about. We'll just see if it repeats or not. But I think from this point forward, I'm going to be using X World because I think it looks better and it has no discernible impact on performance. So we'll go from there. Yeah. I just can't do that. You know. So, but it's kind of interesting. Like, so you had them clouds that look really like the ones that were right in front of me look like crap. You know, but those don't. Move you out of the way a little bit. Those actually look pretty good, so, you know. So you kind of go like, okay, well, yeah, every once in a while you'll get a cloud that looks bad, but not all the time. So, all right, I'm gonna call it a day. So, like I said, I gotta go. I gotta build a test, so we'll do that, and let's see. What time is it? Oh, 1 o'clock. Okay. Cool. Alrighty. Thank you for stopping by, and y'all have a great day. Anybody else that? No problem at all. No problem at all. And if you enjoy the content, and I really hope that people do, please click on the follow button so when I go live, because normally when I go live, normally I do it at 11 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, and I normally 15 minutes before I go live, I will put a screen on stream starting soon, just as a precursor to going live. So. All right. All have a great day. It's been a lot of fun, and but I'm ready to get my headset off. I think it's getting just a little bit warm. Not bad, but just a little bit. So have a great day. Bye bye.